Well, I think these guys are ready for their breakfast. I was thinking about moving them out of this paddock that they're in right here, which goes from there to here. But we're gonna have such gnarly weather over the next couple days. I'm gonna keep them in here so they have some shelter. We're gonna be having fun with that kind of freezing rain game where it kind of goes between snow and rain and sleet and everything in between. So we're going to be feeding them some of my kind of stored up high quality small squares. If you subscribe to the idea that you can do, well, I think Greg says you can do 7 sheep to a cow. So I'm going to make that ratio a little richer and do 5 to 1 instead. In that case, I have about 4 cattle and 7 cattle, so they'll get 6 bales of this high quality feed today, and that way they have plenty of calories, plenty of protein, and you can see how green this is. This is Doug made. This is like an alfalfa grass mix, and it's just, they eat it like candy. It's crazy. And so I have round bales up at the house, but I'm gonna just dip out of my stockpile during this trying weather just to make sure they continue to progress forward. So I kind of subscribe to a 1,000-pound cow eating 2 or 3% of her body weight a day. That's 25 to 30 pounds of hay, so that's half a bale. So you can basically do 10 sheep to a bale, something like that. So this should be plenty for them to give them 6 today. All right, let's feed some sheep. You guys just so I'm gonna put the camera down and just get these bales undone because they're gonna mob me. I should have brought my little tripod thing out so you can see it, but I'll put the phone back out and you can see how they just go nuts over this hay. So they're just going to town. I love watching sheep's little mouths. Bob, you're gonna get butted by this. You gotta relax, dude. Isn't this something? Chill out, dude. I'll come and pet you. I'm watching the sheep. That mama you there's gonna whoop you. I think this is one of my favorite sheep right here. She's so old and she's always given me twins or triplets with the spotted head, and just bulletproof. I think she's my oldest sheep or one of my oldest sheep. I can't recall, but she just keeps on going. See, this spotted one right here normally doesn't want anything to do with me. This is a 5-foot sheep. If you move closer than 5 foot, she runs off. Hey, Bob, don't you nip at that. Leave him alone. But she wants this food so bad, she's 6 inches from me. Isn't that cool? All right, we better give Bob a pet so he can relax a little bit. Here, I'll give you a pet. Hey, Bob, you gotta relax. Hey, 14. Anyway, we gotta go get some more bales for them so they have plenty to stockpile. We're gonna be starting rain/snow here in about an hour. You can see the sky's pretty gray, and so we want to just get these animals nutritionally ready. I think today is the day, Bob. We're gonna go off the drag and see how you do. Is that your hay? You're staking your claim, huh? That's good. All right, let's go get some more hay. Boy, did weather turn today. It rained like cats and dogs last night. I got to pick up Bob's collars to recharge. I had to switch his regular collar. I got to get the tags, but to a bigger one. His neck is so thick, this collar wasn't big enough. And anyway, just to kind of illustrate why I'm trying to move them up onto higher ground, this is where they were, and you can see we're just underwater. And I didn't want to take the progress that I've made and bringing this field back around to take a step backwards with pugging. This is what happens in Minnesota when you have a fast melt. So the ground underneath is not entirely thawed out yet, so this water has nowhere to go. And if you can look here, you can see that's kind of a lake over there. Oops, I almost tripped. Ugh. And there's some birds playing in the water over there, but that would be the absolute worst place to put them during this type of climate. You know, we have just standing water here. I gotta take my glove off, and I'll try to zoom in. Standing water everywhere on that drainage creek, and then that's a field right there. So yeah, good management kind of accounts for those things. I'll tell you what, I can tell you maybe on both hands how many times I looked at my weather forecast in my whole life before I started farming, and now it's like I check it probably 3 times a day just to make sure I'm making the right choices for the conditions that we're in. But the animals are all looking like they came through it just fine. We had a pretty wicked thunderstorm, quite a bit of rain. That was close to being empty. It was close to being empty last night, so it filled up quite a bit. So anyway, we got to get some more hay and make sure these girls have everything they need, and make sure the cattle have everything they need. That American Highland is really starting to flesh out. He thinned out a fair amount coming off that other farm, and now he's starting to kind of progress forward. Bob's drinking out of a puddle instead of nice clean water. Okay, you do that, Bob. All right, let's go get some more hay. So even though this weather's crummy, I don't know if you can hear the thunder and the rain on me right there. This is encouraging. Where I'm standing right now was pure brambles last year, and I cut a lot of trees out of it, and there's a lot of garbage down here. And look what's coming up. Green grass. We're on our way.